Hello everybody, Levi Clay back again for another edition of the Guitar Souls. Doug's trying to hide his Levi Clay Session IPA, so you don't think
the shame of drinking something Levi brewed.
The Donna Brew.
So yeah, there's six of us this time.
In a couple of minutes, I'll be thirsty.
Six of us this time. Thought I'd bring the dogs in. So Brover, say hello.
Hello, me. It's
Teddy.
me again.
Mikey, myself, Levi, Doug from all the way from London. That's really far away from here.
That's how committed I am to this.
Yeah, and the best part about this, Doug hates Dougs, and he's surrounded by them.
The best part about this is Scottish people are incapable of pronouncing the word dog correctly.
It's not incapable, it's ignorant to it.
And they don't like calling you Doug. They prefer to call you Doug.
Yeah, they're also incapable of pronouncing my name correctly, even though it's a Scottish name.
And Mike, my pal from Party Cannon, probably more famous for his genes because his brother's more successful than he is now.
And better.
Falling from the stars.
Sorry.
Don't forget better.
He is fabulously talented, but the annoying thing is, like, you both are, both disgustingly talented. The best part about that is the world doesn't know about it yet, so there's still a hope for me. I can maybe trick some people. So anyway, Mike had this idea where we could talk about guitar players that we love, that we know in the grand scheme of things aren't the best players, aren't the best players in the world. I don't want to say shit players, but we just put a lot of stock into them as players, regardless of their actual real world abilities. And I'm going to start because, who doesn't love a flame war? So I am going to go with Mr. Dave Mustaine. And the reason I'm going with Dave Mustaine is because it's actually a sad one when you think about it, because Dave's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. He just has this real sad ability of surrounding himself with some of the best guitar players that have ever lived.
Yeah,
You know
just
what I mean?
keep on
It
thinking
would be like
it's
if
my
Ozzy Osbourne
fault.
plays the guitar and strummed a few
Yeah.
songs. Like, when you surround yourself...
I think he's a bit better than that.
Maybe,
to be fair.
maybe, yeah. Well, Ozzy might be a great guitar player.
You think about some of the riffs that Dave wrote.
Yeah, so he's a fabulous rhythm guitar player, and
He's quite an innovator as well, really, within the genre and his style.
And Megadeth are one of my favourite metal
Creatively.
bands of all time. I can't downplay that. But when you look at Dave Mustaine and you think he's been surrounded by Chris Poland, who is another underrated god of guitar, Marty Friedman...
Levi, your dog is licking my leg.
You'll be alright.
Okay.
It's not contagious.
Is that better? Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't really remember agreeing to this part of the show, if I'm honest.
Poland.
It's happened. Yeah, Chris
Sorry,
Poland.
Chris Poland.
Yeah, thanks for that. Marty...
And thank you.
Oh, stop licking me. Marty Friedman. Who else is... Chris Broderick, who I'm not actually a fan of.
Giga Lorio.
But yeah, and there's the... Just when you think that Dave's kind of been in a slump and there's never going to be a good Megadeth album again, he goes and hires Kiko Loureiro. And then the last Megadeth album is so good, I can't put it into words. I love that album. It's absolutely fantastic. It's, in my mind, it's like right up there at kind of somewhere between... It may be on par with Countdown and on the way to Rust in Peace kind of things. In my mind, it's awesome. Absolutely love it. But then I just look at Dave Mustaine and I'm like, oh, why do I love you so much?
Is it because he makes music you love, writes well,
Yep.
Has good riffs,
Yep.
has solid rhythm technique,
Yep.
His band is cool.
Yep. He's
Nostalgia
a bit of a
reason
nutter.
too.
That's the bit that if I was going to criticise Dave, it wouldn't be his playing.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be far from his playing. I'm not even going to criticise him, really.
Yeah.
Dog's getting upset now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But surely there have been times...
No, I mean,
like-
and this has actually been a pleasant surprise, because I never realised you were such a fan, to be honest.
Absolutely love Megadeth.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
But there are moments, like on Megadeth albums, where, like, especially on Rust in Peace, where Marty and Dave are trading eights, and every single time...
It's a bit of an annihilation.
Yeah, it's very much a case of, oh, all right, Dave, I get that it's your band, but, like, that wasn't really up to scratch.
I think that it's a bit of I think that's actually a really interesting thing, though, because it's an example of the contrast that was happening, like the revolution of what was happening in rock and metal guitar at that time. Like Dave, it was right at the pinnacle where people were going from like unschooled players who were just kind of ripping it with a blues influence and just hoping for it, basically, with this new generation of like shrapnel guys who'd actually got some serious technique and understanding of what they were doing. And it was like that was right at the point when rock guitar was morphing from one to the other. And those records, especially maybe Rust in Peace a little later, but like Peace Sells as well, it's like really capturing like the difference in the two different kind of schools of rock guitar, and on one album, which is I can't really think of many other albums that have that actually.
And based on the historical aspect that you just put across, again, you're absolutely right. You can kind of look at Peace Sells and Rust in Peace, and you get it. But then there's the last album, and there's a couple of spots. Like on, what was the lead single? I think it's track 3 on the album.
Dystopia?
Potentially, yeah. And there's some trading solos at the end. And again, it's Kiko, and then it's Dave. And then Kiko, and then Dave.
My favourite example of that, say, Washington is Next.
Yeah.
When Sean Drover, Glenn Drover? It's Sean, isn't it?
Oh, it's Glenn.
Glenn's the guitarist and Sean's the drummer. Even that, like, not even the most well-known guitarist, and he rips anything that Dave does in 8 bars apart in 2 lines.
Yeah.
Just rips it. And no disrespect to Dave, but it's just like, how can you be the lead of the band and consistently be second best?
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is like I do like the contrast in players. It's a bit like the Arch Enemy thing. It's not, because Mike Owen's obviously like a very
not Chris Amott player.
He's a very good
good
player.
I could have used.
He's got fantastic ability within what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he's quite old school. He's like Michael Schenker type vibe, right?
Yeah.
And then Chris, and subsequently everyone else he's had, Frederick Egson, that guy on the last record who wasn't there that long, Jeff Loomis, all these people like are all modern chops monsters.
Yeah.
And it's the contrast between the two different styles is cool.
It's very, very cool. Like there's we shouldn't go off topic and talk too much about Arch Enemy because it's not related, but that's why it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
When Mike is solo and you know it's him because there's probably going to be a wire on it.
But as well
as playing a really strong melody.
But also, it's not even just from the music side of it, having the really strongly melodic stuff.
Yeah.
To contrast with like Chris's crazy, diminished stuff and like picking all over the place and stuff. The contrast of the two is what makes it so cool.
Yeah.
And I think that I get the same kind of vibe from Megadeth, even though I think if you were to say name a player that you love that you know isn't that great, that might be a little harsh on him because he is great within his own field. But that is I can see how your mind went to that.
Yeah. Well, and when you say my mind went to that, like it's not something that we talked about the subject. I went.
No, to be fair, you did a fair bit of scrolling through iTunes.
I had to go on my iTunes and I'm just scrolling, and I didn't get the Megadeth.
Yeah.
It just suddenly I went, well,
that's
maybe,
Yep.
yeah. And it wasn't one. I maybe if I scrolled a bit further, I might have seen a better example because I feel genuinely bad saying anything bad about Dave Mustaine because I love Megadeth.
Yeah, and love it. I love the guys playing, but completely.
Yeah, and then we remember the Four Seasons.
Yeah,
So,
I think perhaps just to underline the point, we should just end this by cutting in a little bit of him playing Vivaldi.
Can you really say he was playing it?
Well,
can you really say that?
I think viewers should be the judge of that.
Okay.
Yeah. I promise you, people, this isn't one of those shreds videos. This is a genuine audio clip. So there we have it. There is my pick of guitar players who are absolutely awesome, and I love them to bits. But you compared to everyone else you idolise, you have to look at them and go, they're not really up to par, are they? Dave Mustaine, you're absolutely awesome. Sometimes you're a bit shit, and you're an absolute nutbag. I love you, buddy.
We all love Dave. We all love him.
What are your thoughts on Dave Mustaine? What are your thoughts on this as a subject? Do you have a guitar player that you absolutely love and admire and idolise? Someone like Bob Dylan. You might love Bob Dylan and what he does, but you can look at him and go, well, he's not a great guitar player. It's fine. You're allowed to do that. That's kind of cool. If you have any examples of players like that, drop them in the comments box below and make your case for them. Maybe we'll talk about them in a future video. Peace out, guys. Pleasure to serve. And until next time,
we'll see you soon.
Yeah.